So I left my last day job earlier this year, and even though I enjoyed working there, the reason why I wanted to quit my job and just quit having day jobs in general was to pursue my YouTube channel and content creation full time. I had been climbing the corporate ladder, or I guess the nonprofit media company ladder. My jobs were getting demanding, and I really missed making art. I missed the craft of filmmaking. And when I left, I was so ready to jump into making videos. I had all these ideas that I'd been sitting on for years. And in my head, I thought I'd take maybe a month to get situated, and then I'd be off to the races. But in reality, I'm not just trying to do this YouTube channel, I'm trying to set up a business. And because at my day jobs, I've been a video strategist, a program manager, I've been leading productions, I think big picture and I think long term. I plan things out and I try to act strategically, not just self-indulgently. So this first 90 days of being a solo entrepreneur, this period that I just finished, has been a lot more setup and strategizing than I had anticipated. Turns out there's a big learning curve of getting used to things, just like your first 90 days at any job. So here are some things that I've realized and learned and have been working on in my first few months as a solo entrepreneur. Hey, it's your girl Ahsante, helping you move consciously and creatively through life. So let's go. One underlying tension I felt while I was at my day jobs was that I didn't want a company to be controlling so much of my life. And I realized it didn't matter how great my job was, it didn't matter how much I liked the company, I didn't want to feel like my life was under company control. And now I'm seeing all the ways that having a company make decisions about your life allows you to not have to make those decisions or figure those things out. It alleviates a lot of workload. And all of that workload is now stuff that I have to deal with. When you're full-time, the company takes out taxes. You don't have to worry about them. The company sets the schedule and the meetings. You don't have to do as much to manage your calendar. The company provides equipment and workspace. You don't have to buy your own equipment. The company has a health insurance plan. You don't have to figure that out. The company gives you assignments. You don't have to find projects to pursue. You're working under the company's brand, and there's probably a whole marketing department rather than having to sell yourself. Your coworkers are your collaborators. You don't have to find people to work with. And pre-pandemic, you might have even been able to rely on a cafeteria or nearby restaurants rather than having to plan what to eat during the day. And now I have to do all of these things and monitor all of these things, and I'm like, wow, this is a whole other layer of work on top of the actual work tasks that I have to do as my vocation. And it's hard. I've been having to get my head wrapped around all these things. A day job really provides a structure that the rest of your life can be organized around. And I can see how, as someone who prioritizes being very organized, that's what I've spent this first 90 days doing. I also had a massive backlog of tasks related to my channel and updating my online presence that I hadn't been able to get to for the past few years while I'd been focused on my day jobs. So along with putting out some content every so often, I've been getting my systems set up, adjusting my personal maintenance routines, figuring out my time management, just getting organized physically, mentally, and emotionally. Part of getting organized emotionally has been figuring out what I really want from this time. My goal has definitely changed from I just want to spend some time working on my YouTube channel and grow it and see what comes of it, to I want to make this life that I've started as an independent creative sustainable. I don't want this to be a limited time situation. I really enjoy my independence. And that's meant broadening my approach, broadening my strategy, and trying to think about my holistic financial picture. Thinking about the various ways that I can be providing value to people such that the compensation I receive for that value is able to sustain the lifestyle that I want. And that's one reason why I've been selectively taking on client work. And it's selective because I do need time to focus on content creation. Content creation is a full-time job. I've tracked my time and done the math, and with the range and volume of content that I'd ideally like to be creating, it's easily at least a 40-hour week. But I have expertise in online video, I have proven editorial judgment within journalism, and all of that expertise that I've gathered through my day jobs and through doing this could be very valuable to companies who are looking to spread their messages to younger online viewers or who need thoughtful content produced. And I like having clients because it allows me to work with other people. Content creation is very solitary. I knew I would miss having coworkers. I really like working on teams and having creative collaborators, so client work can fill that void. So for now, I'm part YouTuber and content creator and part consultant and independent producer. So now I'm trying to figure out that balance of doing YouTube content, other social media content, client work, personal maintenance, self-care, and trying to maintain and cultivate relationships and a social life. You know, ungluing myself from my computer and getting out to experience the world. The whole cultivating a social life thing has always been the thing that would fall to the bottom of my priorities list, or fall off my list entirely. And as someone who tends to self-isolate when I have a lot of work to do and just heads down focus, I was worried about whether that tendency would take over. But I've been pleased to find that in these first few months, I have been remembering to reach out to folks, and I've been doing some networking. And I've even managed to occasionally not work on a weekend. I'm very used to weekends being the only days where I can focus on getting my work done. And since I have such a huge backlog of tasks, I have been working weekends just to get through everything. But my goal is to do at least one thing purely for enjoyment each Saturday, and I've been able to do that for the past 3 weeks. Or potentially take Saturdays as a full day off? I don't know, that's a stretch for me, so we'll see. Beefing up my social life, seeing my friends more often, that's my biggest lifestyle improvement goal. So that's how I've been. If you want more of a behind the scenes look of how I'm developing my business and my creative work, then Patreon is the place to go for monthly updates and posts about my creative process. Thank you so much to my brilliant beans who are supporting me on Patreon and helping to make this sustainable. And if you're new here, I make videos about personal development, including professional development and social awareness. So if you're into that, then consider subscribing. As always, remember to live spiritedly and think creatively, and I will see you next time.